Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm Jeremiah.
And we need to apologize hard.
We may or may not. Scott, you remember more about last week, folks.
I was the only sober person in the room, even though at points I may not have sounded it because I was trying to keep track of what the fuck was happening.
First of all, okay. Here's the thing. I do and don't apologize. I want to say
I
want to say sorry and you're welcome at the same time.
Yeah,
is there a sorry welcome or whatever? Because
welcome.
We had our good friend Sarah and Veronica.
Wait, worry. Sorry and welcome. Welcome first.
Worry?
Sorry second.
It's
worry.
It's a word.
Yeah, I'm worried this isn't a good episode.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, we had a blast recording. It was great. It was great having a female perspective on the show for once.
Court-mandated female perspective.
When we were doing things out. So I think she may have been the most brought the most toxic masculinity to the program last week, actually. So I do want to say, first of all, I don't remember much of that episode. Because normally I won't admit when I've been intoxicated, but there's no fucking hiding that. There's no hiding that.
Nope. I mean,
honestly, if people listen to it for the first time, they might think I have Down syndrome or something.
At points, people probably thought I was drunk, but no, it was my insane ramblings to try to bring it in. Yeah. I tried to explain what the show was, I think, 3 or 4 times, and then gave up.
And I believe we got through 30% of the update of the Kid Rock story by 45 minutes in. Something like that. And I don't think we finished it. We just went off. Anyway, thank you, sorry, and you're welcome to everybody.
Yeah, if that was your first episode ever and you decided to come back, I'm an atheist,
I don't know.
God bless.
Yeah, God bless. And also, maybe I'm sorry that you're not going to get quite that same...
Who knows? What are we doing? Predicting this show? Are we getting the horse in front of the carriage? Wait, there was carriage jokes.
Wait, when?
Oh, there were last. I think there were. No,
did you make carriage jokes?
Yeah. It was either on air or directly off air.
Again,
there was a joke
remember
about carriages and Ubers.
Oh, there was like an old fashioned Uber joke or something like that.
Yeah, but
I don't remember. This might be the first episode. Last week's episode might be the first episode that I actually genuinely listened to because it will be like a fresh
5, the pirate episode.
Yes. Oh my God, that was both of us in, and we didn't have anybody to blame it on. So anyway, we do want to say thank you to Sarah, who doesn't listen to the show anyway, only when she's court mandated to appear on it, for helping us out, or potentially driving us into the ground. Either way, we're at episode 261 now. We are recording this a little bit ahead of time because Scott, you are on vacation in New Orleans.
Not right now.
As this drops, you will be on vacation or on your way back from vacation.
I will.
And I will be at a music festival this weekend in called Waking Windows in Winooski, Vermont. It's not like it's right up the road from us, which is great.
You scream at windows and be like, "Wake up! Wake up!" Wake up!
I can't even pretend to laugh at that.
And those windows, and they're just staring at you with those pains.
That like surprise expression windows always have.
Some windows,
unless they're like half closed.
Some windows look sad. Some windows look happy.
Squint. A lot of them squint. Chinaman.
Moving on.
Oh, you're not gonna let me get Oriental racist anymore? Oh, jeez. So I already
by saying Oriental, you got racist.
By the way, I would like to apologize for this show
and the previous one.
I'd like to apologize for most of the shows we've done.
Probably,
but I do think I don't apologize for.
Oh, are we doing a prime number?
All my primies out there, which is not very special. This is 3 times 3 times 29 prime factorization of 261. People who have been listening know that our next prime episode is 263, which is going to be the third of 4, of course, sexy prime quadruplets. So
excellent.
Yes, and people who don't remember that prime quadruplets. Or prime, sexy primes are those that are 6 numbers apart. And this is it. So this we had 251, 257, 263, and then we'll have 269. 69.
I thought prime quadruplets were the first quadruplets. They were the prime quadruplets.
Yeah, the ones you didn't abort.
At some point, there was
like, well, I was supposed to have septuplets, but I aborted 4 of them. That would be a weird thing to tell your siblings. Be like, yeah, we had to choose. Like it's a woman's right to choose to have only 4 over 8 kids.
Yeah. On the ultrasound, we said eating money mo, but you guys all moved around in the womb, so we probably got a few wrong.
Yeah, I don't know which of you, like, we may have wanted you to die, but here's the thing. You're all God's little angels. especially the dead ones.
And to be fair, evolutionarily wise, if you had just eaten each other in utero, we wouldn't have had this problem.
Yeah, maybe you should get a little, a little more competitive. Tommy, I'm looking at you. Maybe you should have been aborted. You ever think about that?
Well,
it's not too late.
Little Tommy here doesn't like Snickers. And we all know by the Snickers ads, if you eat a Snickers, you're going to turn to a terrible person before you get one.
Exactly.
That's a weird ad campaign.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he doesn't want Snickers because he's allergic to peanuts, but maybe that's because he is evolutionarily weak.
There we go.
And you should have eaten him in the
helps
womb.
Explain the show because the idea of a pre-in utero twin eating its other one and then getting a Snickers bar and going, oops, kind of gets into the way we do the show. We bring weird news stories.
Usually do the show. It's a little different today, but yes.
Of the internet. And we create new content, and that was definitely new content. We just created a Snickers ad for in utero twin cannibalism.
Yeah. Hungry? Well, don't eat your little brother.
Yeah,
get a Snickers.
Tell
your mom to put a Snickers up her twat.
It's a still video of in utero twins, and then it comes to life. They move, and then one eats the other in time lapse, and then they hand through the twat a Snickers. It goes up into the uterine cavity, and then like the baby eats one and goes, and then like it becomes who's a friendly person? Ed Begley Jr.
Okay.
Ed Begley Jr. then just like, oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
That's my Ed Begley Jr.
It was almost Jeff Goldblum-y, actually.
Oh,
wow.
Shouldn't have. I've done that.
Okay. Actually, can we actually move for a second to a hypothetical that came out of this?
If Ed Begley Jr. and Jeff Goldblum were twins in utero and they didn't eat each other, but then came out in utero, grew up, and then had to talk about it, where they're like, I should have eaten you. Well, as long as you voted Democrat, I really wouldn't have cared. Well, I should have eaten you.
That's Goldblum.
Those are two voices.
No, I got your Goldblum was the second one, right? I mean, it sounded like it was like
they were very
nasally.
Poor. They were very poor.
No. Okay, here's the hypothetical. Okay, Georgia passed that bill. We usually don't talk politics on here, especially abortion politics. Because boy, talk about drawing a dividing line. But here's the thing: they say that like essentially life begins at conception, and that the second it's a heartbeat bill. So the second a heartbeat can be detected, suddenly the person is a person, and they're supposed to be counted in the census, and they're supposed to be given like income tax credits to the parents and stuff based on that. If a fetus with a heartbeat eats their in utero twin, do they get tried for murder upon birth?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, you're a murderer.
All right. Yeah.
Well, you have a beautiful baby boy. Let's spank him, cuff him.
Yeah, the old spank and cuff, boys.
Oh, I've seen that porn.
The old spank and cuff.
The old spank and cuff.
Yeah, it's also the name of the strip club I go to. The old spank and cuff.
Yeah, that baby, he ate his brother in utero. He needs to go to jail.
If there was a heartbeat when he ate the brother, then that would be a murder based on their definition. I mean, it might not be premeditated. It might be manslaughter, I guess, or whatever. Just like, or it'd be the same as if somebody's on bath salts and kills somebody, I guess.
In utero slaughter?
Georgia, we're going to need a new law.
Yeah, we need a new law. Stat.
More new laws based on this. Anyway, so normally we do bring some new details to these stories to the table.
And we promised at some point we'd be breaking the show into two parts where you get extra content where we do rapid fire. But because of the vacation week for myself, we are going to roll
and also last week's non-episode.
Yeah, and last week's non-episode.
we essentially have all of our stories left over from last week.
Yeah, we're going to roll this into one show and just do one single podcast.
A standard show. We've got all rapid fire for you. Now, this means we are not obligated to create content for these, but there's probably going to be content created regardless. And we just got a shitload of rapid fire. We don't have to get through all of them. But we do have about a dozen plus anyway, 13 of them.
And I'd say because we're only doing rapid fire this week, what we can do is if one of them sparks any of our imaginations and there is extra content to make, we make it.
Yes, and by the way,
if not, we steamroll through.
Exactly, and by the way, all of this is copyrighted based on our recording of it. So if we come up with a great idea and you want to use it, that's fine. But you owe us, and we will sue you until your fucking pants fall down, and then I'll suck your dick so good that you'll forget you're fucking straight, and you will come marry me, and you will come in my mouth, and I will fucking gargle it. Wait, what? I would like to. I would like to issue a public apology.
Something similar to that was said last week. I think it was just the copyright part.
Okay, I wouldn't have been surprised if you said it was just the cum part. Honestly, I would like to. I wonder how many public apologies I can issue before the episode is done. What's the over under on that?
On air, because I haven't heard your edits yet. And by the time this episode airs, I will have heard your edits. Did you leave in the one thing that we said we might cut?
From this episode?
No, the last episode.
I don't know what we said last episode.
The one thing we discussed about cutting.
I don't know. We can discuss this off air.
Talk about this off air.
Yeah, this is how the sausage is made, and nobody wants to know. Like, first of all, I didn't even know what sausage you're making, so let's talk off air about the sausage.
All right, so we're gonna move into rapid fire.
Rapid fire. I pronounce it weird. I know. What's
Avengers Endgame?
Have you seen it? Have you seen it?
I can't until my wife gets a day off from work, and she won't until maybe Saturday. Maybe.
You guys maybe go down to NOLA and see it like a big theater?
We checked out all the theaters in New Orleans.
There's no like IMAX or anything?
New Orleans is a giant city. It's a destination spot. It has not one good theater to watch it in. Not one.
You mean like it has theaters, but they're probably like they're like little
shit.
They're like little art house theaters or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like,
they're all garbage.
They're probably good for like revival stuff. I know like they've got some good like festivals.
And
stuff
it's an
like
art
that.
town.
Yeah.
There's not one good theater in the entire city.
I mean, technically, there's not really very many. I mean, there are some like good music. All the good music venues are little bars and shit. So it makes sense. Yeah.
We would have to drive 45 minutes to go to the best theater.
Or you could go 2 hours and go to an IMAX.
In New Orleans, you would have to drive about 2 hours to get to the best theater.
Yeah, okay.
It is a shit theater town. You do not want to watch that movie in New Orleans.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing. If you're in New Orleans, you probably have more to do than just watch Avengers Endgame. You can watch that anywhere.
That's kind of the thought.
Yeah, you're like, are you really going to kill 3 hours of your vacation watching what you can watch up here?
But I kind of want to because...
But maybe you can get to it before you go down, right?
I'm hoping Saturday.
Yeah. All right, so anyway, so you have not seen Avengers Endgame. I have not... but I have heard great things about the writing, and it makes sense because the Russo brothers. And and here's the thing: is that means a lot coming from me. I'm not a big. I like certain elements of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're not allowed to talk about it on air because sometimes we get in heated arguments. I think they're great popcorn movies and all that. I have never been a fan of a single Avengers movie. I still haven't even. I fell asleep twice trying to get through the first hour of Infinity War. That being said, even people who were like really lampooning Infinity War were like, "This is a genuinely well written movie."
Yeah, from what I've heard the Russo brothers knocked it out of the park.
And I will give it a shot. I will give it a shot.
It's got emotion.
Yep.
It's well made.
Yeah. Also, like I can forgive these movies for not needing character development because there's been 22 movies
which
beforehand.
Is character development.
Which have been. You're supposed to know these fucking characters going in, so that's fine. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing it at some point. I do need to catch up on a lot of the other ones I haven't seen to get it, but apparently, a spoiler alert has brought on a new meeting. When you are in Hong Kong, this was released globally. It made more money in overseas in China, I believe, than it did here domestically, or about the same anyway. 1.2 billion, about 400 million of that.
1.3 billion in 3 days.
Yeah, or 5 days.
First time broke 145 film records.
Yeah. I think it was 5-day record was the 1.3 or whatever. So. Because it would be globally anyway. Yeah, because it started in Hong Kong on like Wednesday.
But it broke 145 cinematic records.
It broke every record that was possible. And people were actually wondering if mathematically it was going to be possible for them to break 1 billion, and then they're like, "Fuck you, 1.3, 1.2 something, 2.7 or whatever." Anyway, so but in Hong Kong, obviously it's just as big as it is here in America. And a man decided to have fun and spoil it outside of a theater in Hong Kong on opening day, and he got the fucking piss beat out of him. Everybody beat the shit out of him. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I won't condone assault.
No.
Especially for spoilers.
He should not have gotten beat up.
No.
But he also should not have done
I also at some point I'm also like, listen, I don't condone that, but I also like, even if I thought it was funny to do that, I'd be like, oh, I would expect to get my ass beat. I wouldn't say I would condone it, but I would expect to get my ass beat. So here's the thing. Not surprised. And the people who beat him up, got charges pressed against them and whatnot. But
can I give a tip for moviegoers?
Yeah.
When you use the bathrooms in a theater, it is a shared bathroom. If you just came from finishing a film and use the bathroom,
don't talk about it.
You may be in the same bathroom as people using the bathroom.
Who just saw
before going
Dumbo
into the
because
next
for some reason they chose their money on Dumbo instead of Avengers. Like,
well, I was gonna say, The Force Awakens, Star Wars. My wife, who did not share the spoiler, had the big spoiler of that movie ruined for her by a patron who came out of the previous showing before we went into the first showing.
Well,
and she came out of the bathroom. She goes, "Well, I know how it ends."
Yeah, well, that's the problem. There are people who also
don't talk about spoilers in the bathroom. No, it is not a sacred place.
It's not like they don't have separate bathrooms for every single showing.
Yeah, you're sharing that bathroom with people going into a showing,
or maybe you're just seeing a different movie that are planning on seeing that one next week. It's a different story.
That's a great PSA. In fact, if I have to watch another fucking shoe store commercial in front of like local shoe store commercial or local jeweler commercial. Shoes. Yeah, I don't want to hear those commercials. You know what I want? Let's go down to the lobby, turn off your cell phones. Piracy's a crime, and don't talk about the movie in the bathroom because you're sharing the bathroom with people who haven't seen it yet.
All right, I'm writing down movie spoiler PSA into Empty Promises. I think we could record one, and I'm actually thinking we could make it genuine and send it out to people and be like, let's get this going. Let's start a Kickstarter and get it out.
It doesn't make sense. Bathrooms are shared. Everyone in a bathroom isn't the same people who saw the same movie. You're going to ruin it. Even if you think you're in a private room, it's not a private room. There's people in there who haven't seen it. Yeah, and also just, if you're pissing, you don't have to just talk about the one part of the movie that will fuck it up for everybody. Like, oh my god, I can't believe Arya killed Black Widow in the first scene. Everybody knows that's a joke spoiler because, one, I haven't seen the movie. Two, those are different universes. I hope people are aware that's a joke spoiler. Angry emails are coming in.
I will say I'm very sorry if that's what happened for a lot of reasons. I'm like, they don't need that kind of cash grab. Game of Thrones.
All right, so our new content for that is a PSA ahead of movies. Don't talk shit about the movie in the bathroom. Yep. Stop it, people. Stop it.
So there's some more Avengers news here. Okay, one man was hospitalized because he was the shit got kicked out of him outside of a showing. Another woman in China was so overwhelmed while watching the Avengers Endgame movie that she began sobbing uncontrollably, because I have heard it has a lot of tearjerker moments. That's not a spoiler. It's been all over the place. Of course it is. It's the movie. She had to be taken to the hospital because she was hyperventilating. She was struggling to breathe. She had apparently been crying throughout the movie, and then one of them hit her so hard that she was probably crying on top of crying. And then, like when people
you do the sob crying,
yeah. She actually had to be brought to the hospital. These are like definitely those like stories that are out there to like. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, where you like make something more of, like when Raw came out and people were like, oh, people were fainting in the theaters and all that, even though the director was like, don't fucking do this to my movie. Like, this is a poignant movie. Don't try to make it into a video nasty of the 80s. But these are definitely like good headlines for like, first of all, the first one is a good spoiler like thing to be like, don't fucking talk about a movie, you might get your ass beat. This one is saying like, so emotional, woman was hospitalized.
Jared, did you ever see Up?
I did not. I should see it because I heard that movie
Are you aware that in the first 15 minutes
crushing.
Up, it will crush your soul?
I actually
it will hurt you as a human being.
I literally have I've recently gone on Letterboxd, the website, and start like, the thing I love about that is the lists are better than they are on like IMDb, and it's more social. And I have subscribed to multiple that I literally have searched out emotionally devastating movies.
And is Up at like number one?
It's on every list. Every list, it's on there. Yes.
The first 50 minutes of Up will crush your soul and make you kind of want to die.
I love those movies though. I love the stuff that makes me fuck up, but only on certain situations. Sometimes I can't do it.
I've never watched a movie like Up that did that, but the first 5 minutes of Infinity War, which I did watch a little bit of online. I did
Endgame, you mean? Or?
Did a little sneak peek.
Endgame or Infinity War?
Endgame.
Yeah, okay,
sorry.
Yeah. First, if you haven't seen Infinity War yet.
First 5 minutes of Endgame, if you would watch the previous films and just watch those 5 minutes isolated, like not even watching the rest of the movie, just an isolated 5 minutes of film. Oh my god! It makes your heart sink into your nether regions.
My like bro friends who have gone to see it are like that are not nearly as emotional as I am. Have been like, it was as close as I've come to crying in a movie.
Yeah, they give you an emotional punch in the first 5 minutes.
I love those. I love a punch in the we're part of a same private Facebook group about horror movies and stuff, and on most of mine, I like reference a punch in the gut a lot of times. That's a good thing for me.
Here, not
emotional punch in the gut. Boom.
By the time this comes out, it'll be like
Shit my pants.
2.5 weeks after it comes out, and you don't care.
I don't care. I've actually intentionally read all the spoilers online. I know more about this movie than you do.
I will say one word. The opening 5 minutes has to deal with a father losing his children.
Ah, yes.
Thor
and Mini Thor. Yes. Is there a Mini Thor? Am I mistaking this?
Moving on.
I think I might not know the universe as well as you. Which is the movie with the little Thor? Actually, he has a tiny plastic hammer.
You know the other.
What's that? It's a commercial.
Do you know the other spoiler I know that Mini Thor made me think of? Is that Thor in this movie is fat and wears Crocs.
I actually know enough of a spoiler about not the spoiler.
That's
really.
what I know.
Not even a spoiler, but like some like cute, cool references, Easter egg references to classic comedies about Thor that I'm actually really digging, and I can't mention anything here because I don't want to mention it to you or anybody on the spoilers.
Taika Waititi is in it again as Korg, and he's playing Fortnite. I know that too.
Man, I wish. Remember, like way back, I was like, we should get Taika Waititi on the show, and then like a week later, it was like Taika Waititi like slated to direct the next Thor movie. I'm like, fuck. Granted, he would clearly already knew he was going to do that, but I'm like, a year before, we probably could have gotten Taika on here.
We probably could have.
And now he's fucking untouchable. That guy. By the way, folks out there, if you're not watching What We Do in the Shadows and FX, you're losing out on a great, joyous part of your life. What We Do in the Shadows. Jermaine Clement from the Flight of the Conchords. People may have seen the movie. The show is even better than the movie.
No new content out of that one. Moving on.
No need to.
Next story. The dead may outnumber the living on Facebook within 50 years. And that makes a lot of sense since a lot of Facebook's user profiles are older people.
Yes.
It's not a social media platform for the young. No young people gravitate towards it at all.
But even young people, I have got at least
a lot of friend requests from girls. They're 21 and they're just their bikinis. They have no profile picture.
Yeah.
No, that's the only thing they have.
Yeah, they have one profile picture.
No friends. No other photos.
And a description in fucking mangled English. It's just like...
And a link.
Yeah.
A bit... what is it?
A Bitly link?
Yeah.
Yeah. A Bitly link and a request for Bitcoin to assist them on their... No, but I've had friends pass away and they still have their Facebook pages up. Some people, if you die,
do we do with those?
You can't like even friends. It's really difficult to get those pages taken down. Some people do eventually, but you have to essentially go through.
And unless it was tattooed on their corpse.
So there's a lot of stuff, and you can get them taken down, but you have to like essentially prove the death of this individual and that's the individual really part of this. Because otherwise, you could use that against people and take down random people's pages and be like, oh yeah, this person, Alex Jones died. Actually, Alex Jones isn't on Facebook anymore because his shit got yanked just recently, but. Other people, you'd be like, "Oh, that person, they're dead now."
Got it.
So yeah,
got it. New Dick Wolf show, DFI, dead Facebook investigators.
Yeah.
Da-dum.
Are they dead? Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they go to the person's house like, "So, ma'am, your son has died." Yeah, he was in the tub and he didn't realize we didn't put the non-slip mat down, and he slipped.
I've actually slipped in the
his laptop's over there, and his Facebook profile it's blowing up. And they're like, "Where are you? Where are you? You're supposed to bring the chips and dip to the party. Where are you?"
Yeah.
And we don't know what to do.
Oh, he put his whole life into this party.
Yeah, and it's like,
"Ma'am, we'll get this."
And then, dun-dun. Well, ma'am, what we should probably do right now is we should go into his internets. And then two people get on his keyboard at the exact same
CSI
time.
Style, yeah, and NCIS style, yeah.
Yeah, NCIS style. Two people on the keyboard at the same time.
Yeah.
And like, we locked down this profile first of all so no one can hack it.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad no one can hack it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we need to hack it now to get back in. And we...
well, go ahead if you need to.
No, we did such a good job, we can't hack it.
Oh, what are we going to do now?
Your dead son is just going to be on Facebook forever, ma'am. Dun-dun.
Why is he still posting?
Oh, I'm sorry,
He looks happy at that party.
I did the dun-dun.
He aged 5 years. Who is this kid? Is my kid alive? Is my kid alive? Is my kid catfishing me after death?
Gotta go. Dun-dun.
Yeah. They can do entire episodes like kid fakes his death and is actually like not dead, and like going into the Facebook profile, they're not dead. You do an entire show where it delves into the idea of destroying someone's Facebook profile /Twitter /LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I don't know. And the whole premise of the show is
I still don't agree that LinkedIn is technically a social media network.
But there's a crime at the center of it. Like, they were murdered, they're missing.
Yeah.
Even if they died of like natural causes, maybe their doctor was malpracticing. But at the same time, the heart of it.
I mean, I know that malpracticing is a word. I just love the thought that like it happens so often for one person. It's actually in their like profile, be like professional malpracticer.
Yeah. I've been malpracticing for 5 years.
Yeah, hobbies include malpracticing.
Yeah. It's not a verb I never heard.
Oh, no, sorry. He can't come to the phone right now. He's at malpractice.
Yeah. But, like, you got that whole thing going on. But at the same time, the heated part of the thing is a lot of people in front of computers trying to, like, send, like, politely written messages to the grandma, being like, not from your son, from your son's profile. He's dead. I'm not him.
And also, yeah.
But, like, curt and quick, you know. And also, love the doily drapes. I'm sure your son-in-law would have said that if he was still alive.
Yeah. I actually think it would also be good if, like, every scene you add one more person to the hacking thing. So at the end, it's like 50 people on the same laptop. Just, like, more fingers than there are fucking...
no, we got it. No, CSI loves spin-offs.
They do.
Then we have Cam...
Keyboard orgy.
Cam SI. Cam Special Invest... No... Cam SIN team.
You anything you want. It will work.
Cam Sit.
Cam
Special Investigative Team.
And there's always somebody be like, we have they're like outnumbering us with their hackers, and they like cut to the other hackers and they're adding people to the keyboard, so like, we need more help. And then people come in, they're like,
I'm thinking this one is actually, it could be twisted to be more Randy. Like, it's like the special victims unit.
Oh,
like just rape cases. Okay. This was just cam girls.
Oh,
just
I see.
Cam girls.
And really, by investigating, it's like a
bunch
of dudes.
Hours of the guy not even touching the keyboard.
Yeah.
His fingers are hovering an inch above the keys, and he's just staring at a cam girl sucking off her boyfriend.
Yeah, and then it's just like every once in a while, click on like give Bitcoin.
No, he's just like skip 15 seconds forward. Yeah. Like, is she gonna blow him now? How about now?
Yeah.
How about now?
So it's mostly just a guy. Now? It's mostly a guy jerking off at a computer.
But then a crime happens because it's caught on cam, and then he has to go and investigate.
He assumes it's a crime, but then he finds out it was actually just a fake choking.
It was horror porn.
Yes.
And it ends up being horror porn.
Yeah. There's no such thing as red rooms.
I'm not going to say that's not true or true.
Don't look into it. And also, Scott, don't go to my basement.
You painted it blue, not a red room.
Exactly. It can't be
Clever.
A red room. Can't be a red room. Can't be a red room.
Basically, do you have a red room? I have a blue room.
I have a blue room
tied up in it. Well, that's not a red room.
Yeah, that's not a red room. I'm afraid our hands are tied here.
Yeah, like the girls in my blue room. Yeah. What'd you say? Nothing. You want coffee? I have coffie.
Yeah, I have coffee. Oh, shit. I got to go down.
Don't drink all of it. Someone's for scalding the blue girl.
Not the hot pot.
You can drink from the cold decaf. The hot calf is for well, Jenny. She's down in the basement.
Oh yeah.
She needs to get waking up sometimes. And you know the best way to wake someone up is with a hot scalding pot of coffee on their tits.
Best part of waking up is scalding a bitch in your blue room. Well, it's a blue room, so our hands are tied legally. So, man, justice system's real fucked up. See you later. That sounded like a cartoon bear. We're done.
Next story.
HIV.
Yeah, that sucks. Damn, why'd you bring that up?
So I've heard.
Huh? Well, we talked about, this is actually an update. We had a story a little while back about vampire facial.
Yes, yeah. And actually, remind me what the story was originally. Do people get like blood injected into them or something, or what happens?
Essentially,
we did. I do remember we covered it. But
yeah, these were spas where they would inject blood into your face, and supposedly it would revitalize you as a individual.
Well, and they have had studies on like people who have like transfusions from younger people and stuff. They joke about it in Silicon Valley, I believe, like Silicon Valley.
The overall idea here is if you get the wrong blood, you're going to get HIV. Period.
If you get HIV blood, that's the thing is when you go to a doctor and get a blood transfusion, that shit is tested. Like I give blood, and I always check the box saying like, hey, let me know if I've got AIDS. So I know I don't have HIV or AIDS because I give blood relatively often, and I check that box. They test it, and they like send me the results if they're. I actually received First time I ever received a call from the American Red Cross.
I was so hoping you were going to say like a spiral hand for all my donations.
That's way better, actually. No, the first time I ever saw the American Red Cross call, like right after like my first blood test, because the second you give blood once, they call you all the time. You're like, give blood again. I'm like, I can't. I fucking can't.
Wow, these fucking vampires nowadays.
Yeah, yes, that's the way they do it. They do it legally.
That should be what we do in the Shadows thing. Where like,
but I give you I give you a spiral bound to ham.
No, Gizmo there should give blood once.
Gizmo, yes.
But then, like, have them bug him so much that he'd prefer the vampires over the blood bank.
Oh my god, yes. Because, we're oh my god, yes. That's very good.
Where, like, he keeps getting cold calls, and it's like, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
hi, have you thought about giving you blood?
Yeah. And then he's
like these
leave
people
me
are cutting.
I give enough blood. They're like, oh, Gizmo, what's going on?
Yeah.
These people are literal vampires. And they're like, oh, we have competition. Like, no, they're worse than you.
Yeah. Like who is this these American Red Cross? They are the vampires who've taken over the whole country. They're like, no, they just want blood and blah blah blah.
We must fight the Red Cross. They have dominated America, and we must fight them for our kingdom.
And then they walk in, there's a cross, so they're like, and immediately.
And they try to fight the Red Cross. They go to their local one, and they can't go in.
Yeah, they can't even go in.
Yeah.
Excuse me, could you invite us in?
Hear this, Tiki Watiti? We can literally script write for you. We would be great script writers.
Actually, for what we do in the shadows, I would love to, because I could write for Laszlo, who was played by Matthew Berry.
I'm going to go on Twitter and beg everyone on
First of all, actually,
have us write.
I would say if I were to choose one person I wanted on the show more than anybody, Matthew Berry, from who plays Laszlo in that, and also Toast of London and IT Crowd, and
do you want me to get him?
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Do you want me to get him?
If we could get that guy, I would come in my pants.
Remind me tomorrow, I'll get him.
Yeah, I mean, granted,
no guarantee.
By the way, I've come in my pants multiple times because of the people we have interviewed. When I remember the first time we interviewed like Darren Ewing, I'm like, oh my god, because he was one of our earliest interviews. I was like,
and now he's friends with us.
We've done other
podcasts
podcasts with him, and we like know each other on Facebook and shit. Mark Steger from Stranger Things. I need to get in touch with him.
We've had him on twice. You're developing his website.
We're working on we don't know what it is yet, but we have been in talks about doing something creative together. We don't know what it is yet. I need to get.
This looks like child porn.
Well, it doesn't as much look like it as much as it is. Yeah.
I mean, what really is a kid?
There are legal definitions? Never mind then. I mean, back to the drawing board.
In 14 years, will this person be a kid? And will anyone care?
But anyway, but like Larry Cohen, Lloyd Kaufman, like these are heroes of mine from childhood that we got to. I'm just blowing ourselves right here. But in other words, this won't be the first time I've come myself. Because
I've been actually lax on getting us interviews.
Honestly, anybody from that show.
Well, your work life and my work life have gotten more complicated. So of our home lives,
it has, yes, of course.
I bought a house and we did some shit. Like lives have gotten complicated.
My blue room is getting like
your blue room is blowing
control.
Up. I don't have enough walls for all these chains. I don't care about the girls; they can double up.
Oh, I've been buying all these freestanding
walls for chains.
I've been buying all these freestanding radiators. I don't heat via radiator.
A lot of them aren't even chained up. They just think they are.
Yeah, it's all psychological.
They're not even hooked to anything.
That's the beauty of the blue room. You just fuck them up. Oh my god, I'm getting really dark.
Blue room with a strobe light that's blue.
It's true. Well.
Oh, that just confuses people. Yeah. And then you just play Eiffel 55 the whole time.
Yeah. I'm blue, da-da-dee-da-da-da-da, I'm blue, da-da-da, I'm blue, da-dee-da. We got to stop or we will get kicked off of YouTube for our amazing renditions.
I'm chained to a blue room, da-da-dee-da, blue room.
Yeah.
I want to be let out, da-da-dee-da. Don't know why I'm scatting, I want to see my mom.
Skip bop ba doobie bop bop ba doop bop doobie boop blue room boop ba scooby doop ba doop boop red but true rape on the radiator go and no red room. Oh, you can't legally get me. Oh, shibbity bop.
Oh, that I'm getting really racist in this one.
Nope. I'm tired of seeing all blue. I have epilepsy and he thinks the seizures are hot.
And for some reason he fucks me in the persona of Louis Armstrong, and I don't quite get it. First of all, the thing that offends me the most is he's wearing blackface when he's doing it. It's not even the rape that bothers me; it's the blackface.
Right? I thought it was Louis Anderson for like the first hour. It was just confusing. Like
just some fat white guy, and then he's like, "Oh, let me help that," and he put on some blackface.
It's like Louis Anderson as a chimney sweep. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I got the trumpet.
I spent a lot of money on that trumpet just to play to that woman's fantasy.
Oh, I thought you said it was a Trump bit, like a joke about Trump. Moving on.
Can I do a muted trumpet sound now? Okay, so people got HIV from the
literally.
vampire
Just don't do these vampire facials. Sometimes you don't know the blood that's getting injected in your
Well,
face.
no, yeah.
And if you go to a less reputable business than any others where they don't test
Just
the blood,
no. If it's not a fucking doctor in a
No one should
pristine
inject blood in
hospital
you.
injecting you with blood of
Fair
other
enough.
people,
No one should inject you with blood.
That's it. It's got to be a doctor. Even those people are malpracticing all the time. Call back.
Are we moving on to Navy formalizes UFO sighting reports?
Sure.
This is a very short story. They're literally doing this because of an uptick in UFO
Yes.
sightings and the
Since
need,
2012 or something like
yeah,
that.
and the need to actually do more work than saying, "Well, we don't know what it is."
Well, because essentially what they're saying is that like enough of these have happened, but they're like you just write a report, like there's no protocol.
Yeah.
So they're actually like putting essentially like creating forms and shit for people like where did you see it? How many lights were I don't know what the form says, but it's essentially like a form so you can quickly fill it out because they're like it's actually taking a lot of like resources from the government to review these cases, and they're like, well, if we had a protocol in a very standardized form for people to like put these through the system, it would actually speed things up. So it's happened apparently, and my guess is like Russia. I mean, they've got whales now that are fucking like spying on people. So like there's different. I don't think it's like extraterrestrial intelligence necessarily.
I hate those fucking spy whales.
The beluga whale, you heard about that? I had it on our
Do you
on our
want
show.
this krill shaken or stirred? That's my whale. That's my whale bond. Whale bond.
Whale Bond is going into empty promises. You already created the best content for that. Whale Bond. Do you want this krill shaken?
You're hearing the meat and potatoes here.
I thought you would maybe help me out and talk over me doing this.
No.
The only reason I'm
can
reading
hear
it.
the taps on your keyboard, and I'm hoping they can hear it too.
The only reason I'm reading is because I'm like, Scott's not helping me out here.
No.
Like he's literally chewing his nails.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like you couldn't be doing the most like lackadaisical thing. Huh? Yeah. Oh, you need some help?
Oh, what do you do there? What do you do there? Typing?
I'm fucking busy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sure. Fuck it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. It's rapid fire. We're not supposed to spend time on these things.
No, and we already got you immediately made content out of that. So we're
next
good.
story: Parrot gives up drug suspects just before raid. Now, a parrot is an animal. It's shaped like a bird because it's a bird. It can speak like a human because
it's a bird.
Does that? Someone taught the parrot to be a lookout, where it would say like "look out," or "cops
coming!"
And
supposedly, allegedly.
And what country is this in?
Brazil.
I want to say it's Brazil. Yeah.
Brazilian police. Okay.
So the phrase was it translates.
Mama police.
Well, it was "mamea policia." But it translates into "Mama Police," meaning it's a call out, and the cops heard the parrot doing
essentially
it.
The parrot's like out probably like
On
hundreds
a
of
perch.
yards and like enough so you can hear it.
It's in the doghouse in the front yard,
and they
as
will.
all
And
parrots are.
so this is a trained parrot for two people, I believe. It was a 2-person operation to tip them off when they were going to get raided.
Mama Policia, Mama Policia.
Yeah, and they would be like, okay, fuck, this is happening, and. So that's according to the authorities who actually did successfully raid this drug den or whatever. I can't remember what was in it, like coke and
it was a variety of drugs actually,
Yeah.
and they did
they're
a
just like a
successful
big-
raid because the parrot did not entirely alert them. I think they heard it, but they didn't have time to get rid of
Well,
it.
the other thing is I mean, how far you got to be pretty close to hear a parrot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so by that time, like, what are you really gonna fucking hide, you know? But here's the thing: is they brought the parrot into custody, police custody, and then it actually was then moved over to a like an animal sanctuary or something like that, where it's been able. But it has literally not talked at all since, because people are like, They were, and the reason they needed to
They
talk
should have a cop walk by and see if it responds to that.
they've been trying that because what they've been doing is they want it to essentially prove, because and this is actually where the corrupt cop thing comes in, is people are saying that they're just trying to use this as like, part of the case or whatever, that the cops are like essentially making this up because they're like, literally the parrot has not said a fucking single word. That being said,
also,
if you are drug,
parrot.
I was gonna say, if you are drug
no
traffickers,
school pigeon.
yeah.
That's a pun. That's a
Yeah.
bird pun.
Yeah.
No, it's a bird joke. I don't know.
No, it's a good pun.
Is it a pun?
It's not really a pun. It's
a
not
play on words.
It
but
is a
not
play
in
on words, but not in a pun
punny
way.
sense.
Yeah, if you rolled the word parrot into that, like I'm not gonna parrot, like something like that. Anyway, so parrot's not talking. That's all there is to it. It may have never talked, actually.
My thought is, if you were to have the same instance happen north of the border where ICE is coming down on them, so it's white-speaking cops,
Yeah.
and the parrot's like, "Mama, police!" Yeah, they'd be like, "Deport that parrot." Doesn't speak the language.
Yeah.
Would not know what it's saying.
Yeah.
Would just,
We had to build a parrot wall. I don't know what that means. I don't know
$3
what
extra
most things
billion
mean.
on parrot nets above the wall. We don't need these foreign-speaking birds coming into our country.
I hear the parrots are coming in. They're parrot rapists and parrot drug dealers. Some of them are good people, probably. And by people, I mean parrots. But most of them are parrot rapists.
There you go.
Staying in Brazil. Scott,
I don't have
Brazil's
my notes open.
president was
I'm
shocked.
I'm not even on the same
was
note.
shocked by the
by
fact
the dicks.
that the country
Dicks.
has
Dicks.
1,000+ annual penis amputations.
Yeah,
Not because of like, I want to be, I don't want a penis anymore. This is
talked
like,
about this
is
before,
necessary. Yes, yeah.
We talked about this before airing. I was shocked to learn that if you don't clean your dick well enough, it'll get cancer.
Well, here's the thing: is you and I we live in first world
Bathe.
countries. We bathe. Even if you bathe like once a week, that's enough to like prevent it. But like they're talking about people who have like these people like they live in poor like the ghettos essentially of Brazil. They have sex. They don't clean themselves after sex. There's got to be UTIs blowing up all over that place.
Well, if you think about it, like, why are we talking about their dicks getting cancer and falling off and them dying? What is going on?
They don't
with
fall
the
off. They don't fall off. They go and get them removed.
I'm exaggerating.
It's penile cancer.
I'm exaggerating.
Cancer, yes.
But a woman's reproductive system is a much more delicate balance of pH.
Oh, there's
and-
more shit going on in there.
Yeah.
That's why women get UTIs like 90%. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about women here. They're
90%. I just threw out a thing that made no sense. Women get UTIs 90%.
That's great.
No, I was going to say about. I was going to say at least 100%.
No.
More,
Back
yeah.
up. Empty promise.
I've got the note open.
It has to be STDs for both women and men, but all the stats are given with no basis.
But all stats are given with
No basis.
no.
You're not even writing. You're just smashing your keyboard with your dickhead. But no, the idea would be
and it's gone.
Well, the idea would be like someone going like, 40% of the time, I don't get 20% of the STDs.
Oh, yeah, no, like, stuff
stuff
that, like-
all numbers that were no
The stuff
stats.
that, like, even if you tried,
I
couldn't
don't
make sense. Yeah.
I don't get 90% of the cervical cancer people say I should. Like, every
Yeah.
stat is wrong.
Yeah,
for
like-
every instance.
How many women who aren't who are
it
taught
escalates.
abstinence only? 20%. Like they're just like
Oh,
you're
it
just like wait,
escalates.
what?
Like in high school, I was
yeah.
told 10% of the time that I would only get 20% of the STDs. But now that I'm 21, I do 30% of the sex. 20% of my dick only goes in. But, 15% of the time I'm happy. And 29% of the time I do get STDs. 14% of the time it's AIDS. 20% of the time it's the HIV, which will become more AIDS.
Yeah. So then you have to add to the other that that's
5% of the times it's herpes, which actually becomes like a squared number. So you square the HIV after adding to the AIDS. That doesn't even into the fact that when I hit 25, I expect to have 50% less sex, which means that 50% less is going to lower my numbers. So
but not necessarily relative to Yeah, so 50% of 20% is actually different than 50% of 30%.
On Good Morning America, I heard if you eat at least 20% of your diet of salmon, it reduces 5% of the ability to get STDs. So if I'm at 100% of ability to get STDs, that brings me down to a clean 95.
No, actually, that is actually supposed to work on a logarithmic scale, though. So it actually it actually differs as you go up by becoming less. So I've got STD math problems as well as a sub thing because I would like this to be.
I was willing to go on with that till the end of the show.
Exactly, no, because
I had a thing where I burned sage in my asshole and ran around the house in circles. I didn't even get to get that.
I like that, like a little kid, like reading on their like these fancy new math programs.
It's like a word problem,
if Timmy had 50% HIV, but he was only 20% inclined to get AIDS from that HIV, but his parents were 72% inclined to get AIDS by that, but the genetic factor is actually 0.08. How likely is Timmy to get AIDS from his HIV?
No,
7.
It is. How likely is Jimmy to get HIV from his girlfriend Jenny, who's on a train coming into town right now?
Yeah, at 60 miles an hour. Yeah, but her pussy is gonna be. Jenny's coming into town at 45 miles an hour, but her pussy's on a
46.
train at 62.
60.
Yeah, and it's actually 7 inches below. Yeah, that. No, STD math problems is fucking amazing coming out of this. I love that. I would love those STEM math problems, because people are always posting those on Facebook, be like, "This is the math problem they're trying to teach kids these days," and actually most of them are actually pretty good. People are like, I don't get this. I can't believe they're trying to teach my kid. Well, you can't believe they're trying to teach your kids shit that you don't know. I can't believe I can't even help my kid with homework. You're fucking stupid then. That's what the problem is. There are some ridiculous math problems, but they're trying to teach people based on problem solving versus just memorization. So these people our age are like, wait a minute, it's not 9 times 7. I can't figure that out. Fuck this school. I'm like, no, fuck you as a parent, and fuck your stupid kid for not knowing how to answer these goddamn word problems. Word problems are important.
I've got my own opinions on that, but I'll keep them off air.
But I will say this. I've read some of those word problems, and they're fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Yes. So I understand why people are mad at those. Yes.
All the science
word problems are important. They're really important. The problem is they go through a committee and they fuck everything up by going through committee, and so a bunch of people who don't know math problems get involved, and then they become really convoluted and so fucking confusing.
You know my problem with the modern STEM mathematics and other ways of learning.
Yes.
Prior to that,
we're not even talking about STEM. We're talking about the curriculum.
The new curriculums. The way they do things now with math, with learning, how they teach you how to dumb down things. We did before.
No, they don't dumb down. They try to teach word problems.
Yeah, but the way we did it before that, we got people who invented quantum mechanics, rocket science. Tanks, internet. And now we've changed the system to make it easier on kids, and now we have.
I don't think we've made. I think it's made it harder. Actually.
No, and now we have baristas you can't train.
Yeah,
literally, we had quantum physicists, and now we have people who are
we still have quantum physicists, by the way.
We do.
We actually have the youngest group. The new generation has the youngest group of intelligent.
I'm just saying that the new STEM way of learning and the new way that they're trying to teach kids.
Well, it's not the STEM way. It's not the STEM way. We're talking about the. I can't remember the name of the curriculum, but But
we're definitely turning out a new crop of people who can't tie their own shoelaces.
No, that's because of the parents. The parents are the problem.
Oh, well,
and the parents are on school boards.
I also want to say schooling is part of it.
Also, by the way, our kids nowadays are significantly more intelligent than we were, and we were more intelligent.
Make my fucking latte right.
Yeah.
Double half calf with a dash of foam. I want some cinnamon on top.
Dude, the barista is not the next quantum fucking physicist.
They could be if they were given tips properly and respected, but only if they did their.
Here's the thing:
if you did your fucking job right,
we can't
double half calf. What's so hard about that?
I have no idea what it means, but I can do very sophisticated calculus problems. That being said, so I respect the attempt at the curriculum, but it's very. The problem is then it goes through a committee of people who don't know what they're doing, and it gets fucking butchered. And I've read those things online. It's so confusing. The fucking word problems used to make sense. Now they don't. I'm like, what are you saying? What are you saying? But I do have a problem where parents are like, I can't help my kid with homework. I'm like, because you're fucking dumb. Sorry, you don't know 5th grade math and you can't figure out word problems. But teaching people what 9 times 7 is not as important as fucking teaching people how to figure out what 9 times 7 means. Like, what does it mean?
Well, first you take 9 times 1. That's a 9. Then you take 7 times
Everything
1.
after that is
That's
a blur.
a 7. And then you do 7 9s. Count them out. 1, 2. Like it's dumbing down math, and I get that because this is a weird thing.
It's not dumbing down math. I think it's making math. It's actually it's making math. I was a math major. I know. I would have loved to have learned math that way. If I learned that math that way, I would have understood it way better. Because what they're doing is they're teaching people what math is, which isn't numbers. It's actually abstract. It's way more creative and abstract. It's problem solving, strategic problem solving.
Can I say something weird? I used to watch a lot of late night TV when I was a kid. We had the old dial TV where you
of course
through,
we all did.
Channels
I mean, not we all did. You and I did, of course. But, people, and our listeners, our age did.
But even back then, there were late night infomercials, and there was a math curriculum thing that was always playing, and I watched it many times. It was a guy who was like, "You got to break down numbers. Like, if someone wants you to do 5 times 20, think of 5."
First of all, that's arithmetic, not math. But
whatever. But he'd be like,
"That's not math."
Well, no, it was more like one of those things where you like
speed math. Speed math, yes.
Well, it was like 999 times 3.
Yes, it's arithmetic.
And then he would be like, "You don't do it like that."
And that's good to know. I think that's great to know because you're like the shortcuts. Well, what you actually
shortcuts.
You actually said earlier to somebody you work with, work smarter, not harder, and that's exactly what that is. In other words, like you can figure out shortcuts to arithmetic and math. My dad used to, and I used to like when I was growing up. We would have like contests to figure out what the change was going to be on like certain things. Be like,
nice.
So like the cash that was before like you could just figure it out and like.
But no, that weird infomercial that I watched way more times than I wanted to while I was waiting for like late night TV to come on, actually taught me how to do math better in school than my teachers taught me.
Right, but you have to realize
and that might be.
Yeah, but you got to realize that's what they're trying to do now. Like you say dumbing down, they're trying to actually break it down to be like, listen. Don't just memorize things. Like what you can actually I'm
gonna admit I'm wrong and say you're right.
I don't know. I think so. I don't think you're wrong because I think
Jerry, you're right.
No, I think
Jerry,
I'm not going to allow myself to be right. I'm not going to be allowed myself to be right because I don't think I'm right.
But no, I do get the way they do it. I just think they're doing it wrong.
They are doing it wrong. They're doing the right thing the wrong way.
Yes, thank you. That is exactly the way I was going.
Their heart is in the right place, but then it goes through a committee and it gets fucked up.
Yeah,
that's all there is to it.
No, there is a right way to do it.
So yes, they are not. They're not dumbing it down. They're making it more complex. It would be great if they were dumbing it down.
We need to find that early '90s late night math infomercial guy. We need to get him on the show and have a full STEM talk.
Honestly,
with him.
If we just like literally let him fucking
I can figure it out. I can find him. I'm sure on the internet. No, don't look now.
No. I'm
adding it.
I'm adding it. I'm saying find.
I thought you were literally going to spend the last 5 minutes show like I'm
math
looking for
guy.
No, that guy actually taught me something my teachers never could, and I do get now.
No, they're trying to bring that in, but the problem is that then it goes through a committee, and people try to bring it into like textbook realm, and guess what? That doesn't work because you have a bunch of people who don't know fucking shit who manipulate it and corrupt it. Because I've read like we've got a friend of the show, Jason, who has posted some of the shit that gets like his kids get. I'm like. I majored in mathematics. I know calculus to the highest degree. I am very smart. I am very smart.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. R/I am very smart. But no. In other words,
for the listeners, I'm hard.
Yes.
Wait.
We know that because we record bottomless on the show.
Wait. I did AP English and whatnot. I'm turgent. Very turgent. He's got the maths. I got the words.
I actually scored equally on my SATs in math and
you can go
words.
Fuck yourself with a rubber dildo. And actually, do that later tonight.
I was planning on it.
It's a stress reliever.
But I will say, I will say this.
You can also squeeze it like a stress ball at the end.
So I see the stuff and I realize what happens. It probably starts from the right place, and then it goes through a committee of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and the people who probably wrote those like questions to begin with.
Think about the children.
The people who wrote those questions are probably spinning in their graves because they shot themselves in the head after they fucking read the textbooks that came out based on their statistics. They're trying the right thing. They're doing it the wrong way.
Dumb Americans are trying to make new Americans smart, but they're doing it through committee dumbly.
Yes, because guess what? You have to go through like education board
You
to get
literally
in order to buy like textbooks. It has to go through a
you know what
board
used to
of
be done?
education. I know
A
people on the
person
board of
wrote it.
education. The people on the board of education, like various committees and boards of education, they're just parents in the community, which is great. You want to make sure your kids, aren't fucking stuff.
anti-vaxxers, great.
Yeah, but at the same time, guess what? If you don't know about if you're just like I want it dumbed down because I can't help my kid with math homework anymore. I'm like, well, maybe you shouldn't be so stupid. Maybe you should want your kid to be smarter than you. It wouldn't be great if they brought math homework home that you couldn't do. Maybe that means they're trying to fucking educate your child. Nah, I don't want to feel like a failure as a parent. Well, guess what? You already are. Seal that pussy shut. Shut that dick down. You don't deserve to have kids anymore. Eugenics was right. Wait, what? I don't believe that, by the way, folks. I don't believe eugenics is the way to go. Just selective eugenics.
Get lost.
Get lost. Oh, actually.
I wanted to end it on your eugenics rant so badly.
Before we get lost, I would like to bring up one last story because we're going to go out on a song here. There is a new bird song in the UK. Caw. Pretty much like that, yeah.
Is that what the bird sounds like?
Star Trek.
Oh,
the bird.
if
The
Con
bird.
was
Star
like,
Trek.
if Con was a raven. Kirk.
In case it wasn't funny the first 3 times, I shrill.
Oh no, you're peaking great on the mics.
Hey, it's. I'm the one that has to edit this shit. I will probably have to punch that in, actually. Anyway, so this is what's happening in the UK. And actually, I realized I actually read more into this.
Has everyone heard a boot the word? Oh no, wait, bird. Sorry, you said Canada. Has everyone heard?
I didn't say Canada at all. I said the UK, but
Oh! I had to boot the bird song.
you can still do it.
No, now it's ruined. It was about the
It's
UK.
new content. It's new. It's new, factually incorrect content.
Oh, has everyone heard about this bloody bird? The word about the bird. See, it doesn't work. It would have been funny for Canada.
Well, there is a
Thanks
track.
for ruining it by doing a factual story, Jeremy.
There is a track composed entirely of bird songs that has charted on the UK singles chart for the first time in music history. It's called "Let Nature Sing," released by the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds, the RSPB, charting at number 11 on the UK charts. And I'm going to actually, because I don't think the YouTube thing will pick this up because it's a bunch of bird sounds.
This might be fine.
Regardless of that, I'm going to put like a dance beat under it. So I'm going to give you the remix, the Sonic Jalopy remix to the UK bird song, because that's actually in...
Smart.
Yeah. So that's going to be fun.
So actually, when we do this, are we asking permission, and are we going to announce that we did it to them?
Well, the thing I think would actually...
They're going to have to listen to everything we just said before they get to it, which might make them
send them a snippet.
I was going to say, which might make them get a lawyer.
We can send them a snippet. So here's the thing: is the thing that I actually really like about this.
What was that whole part about your blue room?
Well, there's no woodpeckers involved. So the thing about this is
there was.
Oh, that's right. I do have the woodpecker in the blue room.
I mean, we didn't talk about it on air, but there is a woodpecker in the blue room.
Yeah, no.
It's been making a glory hole for about 2 years now. You should probably tell that woodpecker there's no end to that concrete.
Yeah, no, but boy, god damn it, does it have a fucking spirit? Just crying.
They're empty promises. Vermont artisanal woodpecker handmade glory holes.
Okay.
You're not even gonna type that in.
We're close enough to the end to do that. So anyway, enjoy the the thing I like about this is actually the reason it started charting is because they posted it on like YouTube and stuff, and it got a lot of blogs, and they were saying all of the money goes, like all the proceeds go to helping preserve all these like birds that are dying in the UK or whatever, probably of AIDS and bird AIDS. And exactly,
that's an AIDS bird.
Yeah.
It's the call of the AIDS bird.
Yeah. It's too weak to. Yeah. Anyway, so this is actually like made money for them and all that kind of stuff. That's the reason why it's at 11. A bunch of people care about birds in the UK. So I'm going to do a remix here. But if you do want to look up the Royal Society for the Preservation of Birds, I don't know, something like that. Check that out. Otherwise, get lost.
RSVP.
RSPB.
RSPB.
Yeah.
That's actually a clever acronym.
It is.
Get lost.
Get lost.